Hey, I'm back for another tutorial today. Super excited to talk to you about how you can use Claude Code to specifically accomplish room blocks and save yourself an unbelievable amount of time. So if you haven't used Claude Code before, I highly recommend checking it out. There's going to be two ways to do this. I'm not going to dive into setup in this video, just in the interest of time. I want to make sure that we're really focused on this event professional use case. There'll be more kind of resources, etc., to get Claude Code up and running. I'll attach one actually in the comments below this video. So in case you haven't set it up yet and you just are trying to get your feet in the door, that'll be a great resource for you to use. Now we have it up in VS Code here, and what we're going to be trying to accomplish today, to give you a bit of context, is create a room block for an 1,000-person conference. So let's assume we're hosting some type of SaaS AI conference. We have 1,000 people who are going to be coming to our event, and all of them have different accessibility, preferences, seniority. Maybe some of them are platinum sponsors versus gold sponsors, and it's our job to be able to assign these people and make sure that they're getting the right room and that they're all happy. And this is something that typically takes event professionals an ungodly amount of time, whether you're a destination management company or you're the one managing the hotels, or whether you're something like an independent planning agency and you handle hotels for your clients. This is something that you're generally having to spend hours and hours and hours on, going through and making sure all of this is added, double checking your spreadsheets, triple checking your spreadsheets, going back in and moving people around when they get back to you and let you know last minute. And it's something that takes a lot of time and isn't necessarily the most efficient use of most people's time. It's way better if you can spend it actually planning the event, actually putting out fires, doing things that really matter. So that's why I think this is one of the best AI use cases that you can use. And specifically with Claude Code, it's able to handle and do so much more within spreadsheets than just regular Claude. And that's why I'm demoing it here. So just to jump in, I'm going to show you guys the folder that I'm using. So if we pull this up, you can see I have inputs here. And we have the attendee list, which I'm going to be pulling up. And we have all of these different attendees. You can see we have them arranged. Let me scroll to the top here. We have last name, first name, company, the tier they're in, their arrival, their departure, accommodation, and sponsor team, and then whether they're confirmed or not. So we have 1,000 people here, which normally this is going to take a long time having to arrange these many attendees. Now we're going to go into the assignment rules. So just opening this up in a window. And this is kind of the rule book that I'm giving to this tool to really help handle this at scale. And this is something that you can work on. Like if you have specific things that you know that it's going to get wrong or that like are nuances with your event, you can go here. You can use this little microphone button, and I would just spiel at it. I'm not going to jump into that today in the interest of time, but I highly recommend before starting something like this and before working on room blocks, giving it as much context as possible. So this is what I did here, like just giving tier routing rules. So making sure that it knows that VIP speakers, executives are going to be going into Hotel Solana, that we have 15 platinum sponsor teams and 116 attendees for that, and that they're co-located on dedicated floors, just giving it this additional context that are going to be coming from the conversations you have. If you have meeting notes that you're able to toss in from talking about the hotel situation, that's a great way to do things as well. If we go back here, we can go, what's the client brief? So who is this client that we're working with? Once again, this is fictional just for demo use, but it's Apex AI Summit 2027, flagship of the year. Here are the dates. Here's where it is, San Diego. But then we have the attendee breakdown. So VIP speakers, executives, about 150, ADA needing attendees, 80, service animal travelers, 12. So this is just an overview of what we're working with, what's our hotel inventory, and kind of is just that one sheet where if you can create this one sheet, if you already have it on file, this is what you really want to toss in and make sure that it's referencing. And it's great to keep all of it in one folder just to be organized. As you can see here, I have inputs. And then hotel block inventory is the last piece. So different characteristics of the floors, room types available, known quirks with the hotel. And it goes through piece by piece with every different inventory, what's there, what they can expect from the hotel, and those kind of nuances. So just getting through all of that background context, Let's now jump into the actual task itself. Let's look at the inputs folder for the room blocking assignment. Read all of the briefs present and make sure that you're ready to go and start assigning attendees to rooms based on the criteria we've provided for the event. All right, so we've put in this initial prompt. Its goal right now is to just go back and really learn about what's happening in this folder and read all the resources, make sure it's fully up to date and briefed and ready to go. Same way with an employee, you want to make sure they have all the context, they know all of those different rules, they know the hotels, they know who's going to be showing up, all of these different pieces to make sure that they're going to do a great job with it and not make a mistake, because you don't want a whole bunch of unhappy attendees who end up not having an ADA room or are unhappy that they're right next to the elevator. Great, so it's already giving me this brief. We have the events summary here. We have Apex AI Summit 2027, March 9th through 11th. Okay, Hotel Solana, that's one of the key ones. Westmont Marina, and then the ADA roll-in. Great, it has all the attendees. It found the list, has soft rolls, 7 Frontier Lab floors separated, different elevator banks, press separated from criticized sponsors. So it's really doing a good job of making sure we put people in the right places and we're not putting, say, competitors next to each other, things like that. And it's outlining the output as well. So 6 PMS format, CSV, manifest, Solana floor map, exceptions list, 8-check accuracy summary, and scale test summary. So it's determined what outputs we need here. It says ready to run. Okay, great. Let's run this. And generally this takes, I would say, probably about 5 to 10 minutes just to get through all of this information. And then once again, for it to really double check his work, which is one of the best parts of doing it here. It can run for so long that it's able to do things a lot more thoroughly than it would if it was just using, if we were just using Claude and it wasn't able to work locally on my desktop. And it's also able to write scripts and programs to even double check it itself based on these rules. So not only is it checking it, but it's also writing programs that check it and then looking at the responses of that. So as you can see, it's now reading the accuracy report. I'm going to jump back in here when we have more to show and more to check out. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes and it's finally given us our results with all of these different documents. And as you can see, it worked through a lot of different things. I can kind of walk you through the flow. Once again, some of the stuff it's doing is technical, some is really easy to read. So you can see, okay, it found one of the previous runs that I did when I was testing this out. If we go through, it's looking at sponsor headcounts, that looks good, but the CSV needs a quote-aware parser. It's writing kind of the engine to help do the placements, as I was mentioning. Then going into here, reading through, okay, it says 87 unplaced standard tier rows, hotels of free capacity, but that loop that it wrote is not doing the floors and the Harbor Vista, which is some of the rooms. So it then came back in and it went through and made sure that it was fixing those. Okay, it verifies it, going all the way down. Great, the 87 are gold tier. Solana hits its 250 hotel cap, while my gold tier loop only checks per floor capacity. So it's seeing that, oh, some of the stuff that I wrote, when I check it against what we've confirmed already, isn't correct. So you're able to write in these rules and have it revise itself. Or if you go and check the output after it's done, and you're like, hey, this isn't working, that's not working, you can then retroactively put in those rules and have it fix those documents in real time. Great, so it reruns here, going all the way down. Okay, we can see verifying special case name placements. All right, so here we see 2 real findings to surface as exceptions. 8 ADA needing sponsor team members got placed on their sponsor floor, and cosmetic ADA roll and shower appears twice in some notes. So it's now trying to make sure that there are no conflicts there. So you can see it's adjusting different things. And it finally ran all the checks and finished. And we have all these different documents. So we have the manifest Solana CSV, manifest Westmont, manifest Pearl Pine, manifest Imperial Park CSV, and these are all the hotels. So it's split out different sheets for different hotels. We have the floor map, floor by floor. sponsor block, and then we also have some exceptions. And then lastly, the accuracy report. So all these different things that it's created, we can actually check out ourselves. So let's just say, please open the manifest solana.csv for us. And the great thing about Claude Code is it's able to take actions on our device. So as you can see, it just opened it up for me and made this super, super simple. So I'm able to drag this over. So we have this document, and we're able to look here and see that they have a service animal. It's managed to identify that, put them into the right suite, and has all of their special notes for the hotel. So we're able to hand this off specifically to them. All the notes are copied over. If we go here, we can see all the different rooms that they're assigned to. Great. We have people who need a roll-in shower. They've all been assigned with that. We have late arrival, all of these different notes, all the other King standards, and how it's arranged via company as well. So that's the benefit here. It's going to be putting them in the right floor, the right place, and how they need to be arranged. So they're going to be next to everyone else from their company. So you're not going to have someone from XAI necessarily next to someone from OpenAI, which is a big win. Once again, all of the stuff is things you would be doing manually. And not only is it taking 10 minutes to do, but it's 10 minutes you're not spending on it. You can go and send emails while it's doing it for 10 minutes, then you go back and check. So even though it says 10 minutes versus the probably 10 to 13 hours this would take you, especially rolling this out across 1,000 people, across 3 hotels, and getting their ADA right, and making sure their notes are right, or making sure they're together in the right floors with their company, all of these different things and factors that you need to be taking into consideration, it's able to cut that down. And out of the 15 minutes it takes you, it's probably going to be 5 to 10 minutes of you actually looking over things, verifying, and looking at this output and going, okay, this looks great. And the rest of it is going to be you getting emails done as it just works in the background. So that's why this is such a help. I know people think about Claude Code as this tool for software engineering, but I promise you it's fantastic for doing these great repetitive manual tasks that need to be done right, that need to be checked multiple times, but also don't need you to put in every little individual thing into a box. So let's just go check out one of these other reports. Can we, the Solana floor map.md. Okay, perfect. So we can see exactly how the Solana is arranged based on what we talked about with each floor. So we can see that we have our room numbers, we have our floor, we have our block, head count. So we're looking at, say, sponsor OpenAI. We know that they're going to be on floor 11. They're at block 12. Google DeepMind's at 10, floor 10, block 10. This is super helpful for just getting a very clear overview of where each of these companies is going to be, and also verifying against the fact that we're not putting multiple companies on the same floor and we're spreading it out properly. Lastly, let's check the accuracy report and make sure that it has ran these tests and that it should be pretty good to go. All right, it's now opening the accuracy report for us. Great, so we have that here. And it's verified all active attendees are present. VIP speakers execs are at Hotel Solana. ADA needing attendees are matched. Service animals are routed correctly. Room inventory within limits at every property. So once again, maybe you've oversubscribed to the amount of people that need to be at Solana and they need to be moved down the chain. So making sure that they're all put at different places and that like any overflow isn't getting double booked and that 2 people aren't ending up at the same room, which once again can happen if you're not doing these double, triple checks. And I still recommend, once again, going in manually, reviewing this because you don't want to make a mistake. You shouldn't be defaulting to AI because if AI makes a mistake, it's just going to go, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. And then you're the one who's responsible for it. So there's still a risk that things are going to go wrong, just like if you have a person doing this for you. So you still need to do those last final checks, but this will get you 95 to 97% of the way there. Now, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Happy to answer them. I think this is a fantastic use case. Highly recommend checking this out. If you're not already using Claude Code, anti-gravity codex for tasks like this, I highly recommend you getting started. It's one of the things that's going to save you unbelievable amounts of time so you can do the work that's important, but also just save margin, because a lot of people who are currently doing this and are managing their clients who are having them book and manage their hotels are outsourcing this work to a junior associate or something that's having to take 30% of their cut of the deal. And if you don't have to give away 30%, you can do it yourself and it takes you 15 minutes. Why give away the percentage? Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.